Welcome back. We're going to look at calculations with whole numbers, and then in this lesson we're going to concentrate on addition. There are different methods that can be used to add numbers. We're going to look at counting on, composition, and the columns method. The columns method is the one that we're going to use in most of our questions. Let's start by looking at counting on and composition. Just one example for each, and then after that we do the columns method. Right, let's look at this example. Let's say we're adding 72,348 plus 21,204. How can we use the counting on method? So what you do, you can split the digits of 21,204 into their respective values. Like the 2 there represents what? In this 21,204. The place value for 2, that is the 10,000. So the 2 is a 20,000. Okay, and then the 1, the place value there is 1,000, so that 1 is actually 1,000. And then the second 2, which is this one, that's the hundreds, so this is a 200. And then we don't have a 10, and then we have the ones or the units, and then which is 4 there. Okay, so what you can do now, you can count on, you can keep on adding this. Let's say you start with 72,348 plus 20,000 like that. Okay, we have 92,348 like this. It is very easy to add these two, right? And then from this number we have added the 20,000, and then you add the 1,000, so it becomes 92,348 plus 1,000, which becomes 93,348. It's very easy to add these two. And then you add the 200 to the 93,348, and then you get what? 93,548 like this. It was very easy to add these two. You see that? And then you add the last part, which is the ones or the units. It becomes 93,548 plus 4, and then we get our final answer. This is another way of adding what? Whole numbers. Let me show you composition before we look at columns method. Right, at composition, like the name says, it means you take an amount from one value and then you have to compensate for it somehow. Let me show you how we do that. Let's say here we can subtract 4 from this 21,204, so that we remain with what? With 21,200. Use your own discretion on how to do this. Okay, it's not like we have to do this way every time. You do it the way that is comfortable for you, right? I subtracted 4 here so that I remain with 21,200, but this 4 that I've subtracted here, I have to add it to this number. It becomes very easy to add these two, and then you get what? 72,352 plus what? Plus 21,200. You see that? Because we have subtracted 4 from this. Right, I can subtract 200 from this number and then add it to this number. Say 21,200 minus 200, and then 72,352 plus 200. You see that? So this side will remain with 21,000, and then we add the 200 to this. It's very easy to do this. So it becomes 72,552 like that, and then you remain with 21,000 this side. If you find it easy to add 21,000 once, you can do that. But let's say I'll start by subtracting 1,000 from this number and adding it to this one. What do I get? 73,552 plus the 20,000. The 20,000 coming from this. It was very easy to add this and this, you see? And then now I can easily add this and get the answer, which is 93,552. So these are the two methods that we may use, but the most common one is the columns method. So we're adding these numbers. So what do? We have to make sure that we align the digits of the same what? Place value. Like this, we have to move this number so that it goes below the number we're adding to. Like this. So now we have the numbers aligned. These are the ones or the units. These are the tens. These are the hundreds. These are the thousands. These are the 10,000s. Right, we add the ones or you add the units. What are we going to get here? 8 plus 4 gives us 12. So now 12, it means we have 110 and 2 units. Okay, 12 means we have 110 and 2 units. These are the 2 units. We write these 2 units here underneath the units or the ones, and then this 10 we carry it over and write it with the other 10s here. So we say plus 1. This 10 is coming from the 12 there, and then becomes 1 plus 4, which is what? 5. 5 plus 0 is 5, so we have 5 here. So we've added the 10s, which is actually 50. This 5 is a 50. 5 tens. And then we go to the hundreds, which is 3 plus 2. 3 hundreds plus 2 hundreds, that's 5 hundreds. So this is a 5 here for 5 hundreds. And then we go to the thousands, 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, that is 3. So these are 3 for 3,000s. And then we have the 10,000s here, 7 plus 2, which is 9. So this represents 90,000. You see that? So this is 93,552. That's what we do when we use the columns method. Let's have one more example for the columns method. We have these two that we're adding. Right, what do you do? We write the one we're adding underneath, and then now we have our numbers. So we have our ones, our tens, and then our hundreds, right? So we're going to add 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9 will give us 15. 15 is composed of 110 and 5 units, or 110 and 5 ones. So we have 5 ones here, we write them here, and then we regroup here and write the 110 here under the tens. So it's plus 1 there. So we have 110 plus 7 tens plus 5 tens. So 1 plus 7, which is 8. 8 plus 5, which is 13. We write 3 here. What is the meaning of 13 tens? This is actually 130. The 3 here means 30. We have the 30 and a 100. Okay, which is 3 tens and 100. 3 tens and 100. So under the tens, we write the 3, and then we regroup here, and then write this 100 under the hundreds here. So we carry the 1. We're now adding hundreds. Becomes 1 plus 6, which is 7. Then 7 plus 4, which is 11. So these are 11 hundreds, which is actually 1,100. This is 11 hundreds, right? So under hundreds, we have how many hundreds? 1. This one is 1,000, 1,000. So it comes in here. So we add it under the thousands like this. And then becomes 1,000 plus 0, which is 1. Okay. So this is how we add the numbers using the columns method.